Men. That most vile and devastating of creatures have yet again ruined a pure and pristine space intended only for those who deserved to be there, as men overran a job fair for women in tech. Oh my, how hideous. What a tragedy. However, there is one tiny little minute detail here which the headline, for some weird reason, neglects to inform you about. One little detail that transforms this from the brutish act of an aggressive invader into, well, just more hypocritical bigotry from the left, actually. As you see, the annual conference and a career fair aimed at women and non-binary tech workers, you see, had an increase in not men. No. Rather, an increase in our participation of self-identifying males. So, what you're saying is, non-binary tech workers. Now, this was a beautiful little story. Oh god, this was fantastic. So, for years and years now, they've had this more or less gender-exclusive event where it was accepted that, only women get to go here. Now, the conference arrangers do note that they can't actually legally ban men from attending, even though they have received countless requests to do just that, because remember, this is our exclusive space, and we belong here. This is ours. Only we can have this. What's that? Oh, the border. Oh, no. Those are silly and irrelevant. Come in by the tens of thousands. Just stay out of our fucking conference halls, you filthy, dirty men. And it was apparently quite the scene as well. Oh my god, yeah, because you gotta understand, right? This isn't merely just women wanting their walled garden. No. The invaders, you see, were of a particularly vile sort. I was forced to leave the queue to enter the expo hall today due to unchecked men displaying aggressive behavior, ganging up and trampling women completely. I feared for my health and safety and fled the scene first thing in the morning. My God, it must have been a massacre. Just dozens of enormous men trampling literally women underfoot and sending them fleeing for their safety. My God, well, it just so happens that we do have some footage from the conference hall. Now, I warn you, gentle viewer, that you are now going to be exposed to footage that demonstrates what a woman considers to be lethal, mortal danger.
Career conference for females in tech was taken over by male attendees.
They were there just purely for the career fair.
Social media clips filmed at the Grace Hopper, the world's...
Oh my god, yes, like guts literally swinging from the rafters. I think I can see a woman being crushed there beneath the hordes as these enormous men just munch their way through the hordes of females. God, look at them. They're sitting there aggressively doing laptop things. God damn it. Don't they know this is a conference for tech individuals, not nerds?
Attendees. Social media clips filmed at the Grace Hopper, the world's largest gathering of women technologists, show men standing in line to meet with recruiters.
Bigot. Non-binary.
This is a space for women in tech. This is one of those few limited resources that isn't for you, it's for us.
So
you're saying that you have created a privileged thing that only you have access to on the basis of your gender. Tell me again what exactly feminism was supposed to be. Wasn't that equality for everyone? I forget. This is a space only for us, and nobody else gets to get in here. At least, not those of the Untermensch class, at least.
Of the male attendees reportedly lied about being non-binary.
No. Actually, how do you know they lied about being non-binary? Did you check their junk? Did you ask them about how they self-identify? By what metric are you judging that they lied?
Just to get in.
But it's interesting that the large majority of the people that actually ended up in the event had name tags with he, him. And
Gasp, but they could be a woman. They could be born a woman. How do you know? God, these disgusting sexists everywhere, I swear to God.
Have no searchable history of identifying as non-binary.
Hold up, sir. I've checked your docs. It doesn't appear that you have any history of mental illness. I'm sorry, we can't allow you into this women in tech conference. Come back when you have at least a year's worth of documented non-binariness on Twitter, please. Oh, and flags in your bio, natürlich.
Several tech workers defended the men for trying to capitalize on job opportunities not meant for them, saying that the entire concept was wrong.
Well, damn. Reasonable people. A rarity.
Let's be honest, there is no need for a conference just for women, because if it was the opposite just for men, then it would be sexist. Just because you are a woman doesn't give you the right to talk to a big firm recruiter. Guys work just as hard and they don't get that chance.
Correct. And that is where a lot of it comes back to, isn't it? Oh, no, this was fantastic. This was actually genuinely rather enjoyable to see, because this is the world that the progressives have worked so hard to create. As of course the entire idea of progressivism these days is that you can in essence be whatever you want. If you are an enormous bearded man, you can be a woman if you merely self-identify as being one. Gender, sex, etc., all of these things are social constructs and hold no meaning. If you don't want that enormous bearded man to use the same bathroom as your daughters, well, you are a bigot, as it does indeed turn out. However, then swiftly after, the hypocrisy of the left comes to the fore, because none of this has to do with people who are non-binary, the tiny fraction of people that are, or people who are LGBT, or people who are in the protected groups, as they are called these days, and correctly so, to be fair. This has to do with power. This is a conference where women and non-binary people within the protected sphere, get to go to get better jobs than people that are not in that sphere. That is the entire concept of this. You get direct access to recruiters from enormous companies, not because of your skills, not because of your CV or work record or anything like that, but because you possess the correct genitalia and, more than likely, the appropriate political opinions as well. But if you try to go there and you do not fit their criteria, well, now you're invaders in our space. You are coming into our area, and suddenly you see the rhetoric flip 360, 180 degrees actually, more correctly. Borders? We shouldn't have those. Everything should be open. What, laws? Standards? None of that should exist. Oh, hold on. This is our conference hall. This is one of the few resources that isn't meant for you. Ah, yes. Unlike of all those other conferences that are exclusively for men, where they simply just throw women out the door whenever they approach. Those conferences. Yes. We have so many of those. After all. And now that work is getting harder to come by, that we are heading towards an actual genuine economic recession, where investment money is getting more difficult to get by as well, etc., jobs are getting harder. People can't simply just go anywhere and get hired by anyone. People are going to have to pull out the stops now if they want to get hired anywhere. In other words, the competition is tightening. And now your exclusive spaces, well, they're just an advantage. And since you can't exactly prove that they're not non-binary, well, you can't do anything. Particularly as Anita B here points out, we are dedicated to bringing structural changes to ensure that GH continues to be an uplifting experience and provide opportunities for women and non-binary technologists. What was it here? There. A base organization from discriminating based on genders. That is not legal. The federal non-discrimination requirements prohibit any US-based organization from discriminating based on gender, and that is indeed correct. Now, Philadelphia is a very progressive city, of course, even though, of course, it does do its best to discriminate against LGBTQ people, of course. I love that. While LGBTQ Philadelphia's overall benefit from a number of protections, LGBT people of color still face certain challenges. Even here in the progressive utopia, you are still going to be facing violence, discrimination, and lack of access to essential resources. Philadelphia. Are you entirely sure you know what you're saying? Well, they are, because this is a religious credo. You are victims. We will help you, even if you are victimized within our goddamn city. And to be fair here, there is a point to be made. Now, we've seen it with the women in tech here. We have seen the aforementioned female who needed to run, fleeing from this organization. This was so dangerous that some woman had to flee for her life. And as we have seen with recent events, I would just like to reiterate this one piece of advice right here. Never go to a Democrat city without at least the bare minimum of appropriate protection, for they are not very safe places. Now, until next time, I have been Arch. Thank you very much for watching, and always carry your self-defense tools in Philadelphia and any other blue places. Have a good day.